to go through this every single day.
For
right?
fuck's sake,
so for me to call out
that's a slow reaction 9 months later. Come on.
But that's not what. So do you think this is about the Congolese Alex?
Yeah.
So there we go. We're on 2 different pages already. You don't even know what I'm upset about.
But you've been going on. You were talking about Alex in the live, the Congolese Alex, like the comment he said. So why, after 9 months, are you going on about it when you've sat in his room numerous times after that and it was fine?
That's not what it's about.
EQ said what she said last night. This was why I jumped in, and nobody's saying nothing. So she can say really what she wants. She can be as racist as she wants and use a fine because it's EQ. So it depends what face you've got to who you're going to pull up.
No,
that's the point, Devin.
This is. I understand your point, and what I'm saying to you is this, right? You don't actually know what I'm upset about. And I'm not attacking you or being disrespectful. I'm just stating a fact. You don't know what I'm upset about. You're talking about something that happened 9 months ago. So of course I'm going to sound irrational. Of course I'm going to sound like I'm not making sense. Of course people are going to be confused because that's not my issue.
So can I ask you one question then, please, Devin? Has Alex done something yesterday or today to upset you then?
Yes.
About that comment?
The Congolese one, no. It was about, there was a live being held on EQ yesterday by Pagey. And while that live was going on, Alex was in the comments saying he hates white people and using Jamaican terminology in the chat as a joke.
Oh, okay. Why did you? Okay, let me finish. Let me stop you there, Devil.
Of course you can.
You did not like it, yeah. But you've got Alicia, Georgia, and others in the room. Yeah. Why didn't you pull up? Why you should have told them to pull them up? Why did Paige be?
And that's what today is about. And one second.
I know this is one of Devin. Devin, are you okay with all this?
Under the word of it being, under the word of him saying Congolese Alex. Right, so, but you think they should have pulled him up within the situation of that because they're always in the room.
Correct. So what do you think today is about? That's the point. You're all asking me.
What today is about.
I'll let you finish.
What today is about EQ using the word of N. That's what the whole argument's about.
That's what
I'm right or am I wrong?
And that's the problem. Comprehension is key. So what you've just described to me then, asking me why I didn't pull up anybody else about him saying that, is why today has got where it's got today. Because I said to the host, I said, in this serious situation, I don't see the relevance of this joke. A couple of people said they were uncomfortable with the jokes. What I would have done if I meant no harm was apologize, say, oh, it's just a joke, and would have kept it moving. But the jokes continued because people laughed along with him. That's what this is about.
Argument should have been pulled up with the people that was in the box that you've been around today. It shouldn't have been
exactly Black Pope, and it was today, and that's why it's gone pear-shaped. You're stating the obvious. You're stating what I did. That's why we are where we are today, is because I pulled people up on that.
Well, I'm not being funny, but you should have listened to the whole argument what Paige Baby was having yesterday, and then you wouldn't have been in this position today. Because that whole scenario there, what Alex said was a bit anyway, when he said it. But then again, your argument is weighing thin because they should have put him up in the room. They allowed that to happen, so you should have an argument with all them that was in the room.
Correct, and that has happened, Black Pope. Are you not? This is you're stating things that I should have done in opposition to me, and not realizing that I've done it. When I'm telling you that's what I've done, you're now bringing another argument. You desperately want to argue with me.
I'm not arguing.
No, but you want to prove me wrong so badly. But what I'm saying to you is that's the steps that I have taken. Hence why today has blown up so much. I've done what you said.
I'm not proving you wrong. I'm just trying to correct you on the argument, what's being said, what's coming out of your mouth now. I understand the argument concerning Evil Queen, but you've got to understand where the argument derived from within her saying it. Now, on that matter, it come from Corey. He said it 4 or 5 times. Now, nobody said nothing about that. And you had Alicia that's going room to room with Corey and never accepted it. So why don't you go for Alicia?
Can I just drop down? I can't be able to talk about the fucking skydive and I've ended up in this absolute shitstorm.
Go on then, Mike.
Have a good day, guys.
Speak to you soon. Bye.
With the Ali situation earlier, I honestly feel like, Devon, if you would have rose up and had a one-to-one conversation with him, then the situation wouldn't have blew up the way how we did. Everybody was waiting for you to talk. Paige come over on your behalf. Other people come over, but you didn't come over, and that's why it dragged out and dragged out and dragged out.
So NJ, what I'll say to that is, how often do these other creators leave the comfort of their own space to have that awkward conversation somewhere else? Why do we always have to go over there? Why do people in conflict with them have to go into their space? You were camping me the whole time.
Today, I come to ask about something and I got jumped on.
Can I explain that to you? Can I explain that to you? Because
So one minute, Poe, because he did ask me a question. I honestly
Go on,
feel
Angie.
like maybe you could. That's all right. Maybe you could have met in the middle and gone to somebody else's platform that gets along with both of yours. It didn't have to be on his, and it didn't have to be on yours. But the gripe for him was on your platform. He was like, I don't understand where it's coming from. So it just would have been good. You two men sit down, hash it out, and then all the noise in the background wouldn't have been there.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Good point. Yeah.
I
think a lot
completely
of
agree.
times when we're having
Let him talk, Blackpool. Go on. Sorry, Devin.
No, I was just going to say, I agree. The way I prefer to do things is having a conversation with the person directly rather than the comment section. The invitation, I was being cam-tooed. I never cam-tooed Alex. He has an idea of what's going on in my space. I have no idea of what's going on in his space. Because I was being cam-tooed, I invited him over several times. And if he had requested it and said, listen, I want to speak directly to you, I would have dropped every single person in my room for that conversation.
Can I say one more thing and then Pope can go? I think that obviously all of us on here have probably been on here for over a year or hosted for a year. Like, comments are going to have their own opinion. We shouldn't really be trying to micromanage how somebody feels about what they're hearing online, whether they're for you or they're for Alex. Leave the comments to it, but you're on the stage having a conversation. The conversation that I'm having with you now, I'm just speaking and I'm not worrying about what people are saying in the comments. So I'm just saying it as a little bit of advice for all hosts or anybody that goes on a platform to have their say. If your say is going to be tailored off what the comments are saying, just stay in the comments and just be a comment babe then. Do you know what I mean? There's no point in coming up and then just stating the obvious, or because you think that that's what people are going to believe in. Like, stand on 10 toes and speak how you actually feel and block out all the noise, because in that way we can have a good conversation and maybe get an ending. Because you know what I've clocked on here is that people talk, but where is the ending? Like what's the outcome of why you're talking, or you're just talking for the sake of talking?
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say.
Sorry, can I just jump in for a minute? Thank you. 2 points. Gingers' lives matter. Big up the gingers. And fuck you, Dan.
Oh dear. Get out, Matt. Out. Sorry. We're having a serious conversation, Matt. Tatty bye.
please
Sorry,
don't.
Matt.
Please don't mute me again, Top Girl. I don't know what your problem was with, because my argument wasn't with you. Anyway, back onto this opinion here. You see, the problem with us as black people, Devon and MJ, is that when we're arguing amongst ourselves, when it comes to debate and racism, there's a lot of passion inside of us. And the passion inside of us, gets us into trouble because it comes across as being aggressive. What we need to do is learn how to control our passion, We've been explaining and reasoning about the racism and what that we've experienced and that we see online, Because at the end of the day, it comes across as being educational and not aggressive. You get where I'm coming from? It's happened to me many a times on here where I've said things, and everybody looked at me as being aggressive. It was only last year, if you check back, that I was in a room with Alex, and what was I doing? Backing up Pearl. So it's like, we're back here again where we're arguing about a debate on racism.
Exactly.
When,
Blackpool, can I just let Devin reply to that, because this is going on every remember.
So Black Pope, you just said that we need to learn how to keep our cool and not be aggressive. I do that. And what happens is, you'll see in the chat, I'm referred to as condescending. I'm referred to as patronizing. I'm called somebody that talks down to people. So I'm letting you know that approach, I try very much not to get frustrated. I try not to raise my voice. And when I do that and keep it at this tone, people find me to be patronizing and condescending. There is no winning.
People feel like the patronizing or you speaking down is when people don't understand what's going on, and I'm not just saying it's you, because other people have done it as well. You're kind of like telling the viewers, oh, you're dumb, because they don't know anything, like don't know about the situation. If they haven't gone through it, they won't know. If it's our personal experience, it's for us to deliver and let them know how we feel. Whatever they take from that is whatever they take from it, yeah? Because at the end of the day, they're probably seeing it as, well, it doesn't affect me because I'm not a person of colour. But if I'm trying to educate somebody and I know that they're ignorant, just stop, innit? There's no point in wasting my breath. Do you know what I mean? But if there is somebody that is really like trying to grasp it, but we don't know what learning level that they're at. Everybody learns in a different way. So I'm just saying that if we are going to take that role as an educator, we need to be inclusive for all. And if someone does say something that is a bit outlandish, we don't have to then go all mad, see, you don't care or whatever. It's up to you then whether you think, right, this person is just trying to get a rise out of me, or they're trying to learn, and you try and change the way how you educate. Not everybody is an educational person, so I get that, you get me, but I feel like it is on us when we are educating to understand people's levels of understanding, if that makes sense.
Yeah, agree.
What I would say is TikTok is a popularity contest, NJ, and it doesn't matter how you're teaching. If the pupil hates you regardless, they will. I know for a fact that I've said things that make complete sense and that there's no getting out of, but they will still fight it because you don't like me. You can't tell me I'm delivering it in the wrong way. Go on, pal.
Sorry, Devin. So can I ask you one more question? Do you think then what Alex was saying was racist? Yes or no? Just a yes or no answer.
No.
Thank you. That's all. It was just the way I understood it, and everybody knows I'm not a full shill and I don't pick the meanation of any words up which I get the piss took out of us on a regular basis.
Can I ask Devin a question? Devin, if Alex sends you a picture of his mushroom, can you kiss and make up?
That's the last thing that I want. Respectfully. I'd rather have a conversation, but yeah.
No, fair enough. I was just trying to lighten the mood, but honestly, I think I think you both honestly just to have a chat. Like you both, we all say things on this app that sometimes we hate each other or we don't agree with it. But a chat like me and Devin have had where I've talked to him in the inbox and apologized for if I've said something that that if I've hurt him and stuff. So I think we can all just make up. Just no pictures.
Evans had our back and forth, but when it comes to racism, it's something that everybody should put their differences aside and stand on the same business.
But we've been told time and time again, though, Maya and Jay. Sorry, button in there. We've been told time and time again that how can we, like today, I only went in because obviously I picked the wrong end of the story up. I tell you, I'm not good with the understanding. And I thought, how is this on about what Alex has said when EQ should be getting a mention here? So that was me not understanding what was going on. So I apologise for that. But I know I should say, however, now I forgot what I was saying. But that's what I'm like. So I didn't understand what you were doing with the EQ. And so now you've put us right on that. And I apologise for coming in. But what people say, we all should stand together and say something like that. I know I'm going to get called for this. It'll be all on the F page. You're going to say, how can a racist say they stand together? Listen, I'm not even going over my story, right? But when any white person speaks out about it, and it's happened and I've seen it, then we get told by another black person, not me, because how can I speak on anything when I've been up to court for what I said to Swearing Shep, right? But I'm just in general, any white person says anything, then they get jumped on from a black person. How dare you talk about racism when you don't know anything about it? Do you understand my NJ? Like, so you're between a rock and a hard place, so I do see where others come from.
So
I understand
listen,
where you're coming from, but it's kind of it's about how you're delivering the message. Do you know what I mean? If you have actually took your time and learned certain stuff, and then you spread that within your community, that's what an ally is. Yeah, you've gone out of your way, or you've been educated by a friend, and you're thinking, right, if I see that on my watch now, I will call it out and be like, no. So some people use different terminologies and don't know that it's racist, i.e., do you know what I mean? Let's not go over old ground or whatever. But if you've been educated, then moving forward, I personally would not like to hear any of those tones or terminologies come out of your mouth again, because then that would show to me that you took on board what I've said. Changed your ways,
Never
do you know
have,
what I
and
mean?
that's why I was mad with EQ saying what she said, and then
Yep.
which is nobody should ever say that word. Nobody, right? And I don't care who it is. Nobody should say it. And why hasn't the app been an uproar over it? I can't get my head around that. But like,
so I'm going to explain it again as well, right? When there's a reason that Chelsea will go as low as she goes, right? That word is the most disrespectful word that you can call a black person.
yeah,
Now, most people, human beings, black, white, Asian, whatever, will lose themselves and say something in retaliation during a live speaking about the subject. As soon as you do that, you have lost.
yeah.
By English law, you have lost. So if I now choose not to retaliate and to sit back and do something about it, I don't need to be called out by
I
anyone.
understand that now, and I've said sorry for coming into the live by not fully understanding what was going on. So again, I apologise for that. But now I do understand better, but I didn't at the time. But
Now,
who?
you and Devin.
I don't have any friends on TikTok. I don't
No.
have any friends on TikTok because I see what happens between friends on this application. I don't have friends. But I have respect for Pearl because she said certain things in a time that is dark for me. And I would appreciate that. There's an understanding there, but we're not going to be friends due to certain reasons. Like, there's a respect.
Yeah.
I don't invade her spaces. If I raise her name, it's to make a point. It's a conversation. If she doesn't like that, she can come and state that fact. I'm not here for numbers and arguments and bullshit. I'm just here to be myself.
Yeah. Me too. I'm not on here for. I hate that word. I should say clout. I'm on here for a little laugh, bit of enjoyment. Yes, I be a bit of a Kent sometimes, but well, that's just me. You take the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm sorry. I'll always be real on here, and it doesn't matter. I think if I'm on here till the rest of my days, I'm always going to be called where I'm going to be called. But listen, I've done what I've done back then. I've never done anything since it happened. Even when I was in the boxes and people say, well, you've done it twice. Listen, I'm not getting into it. Anyways, everybody knows it was to somebody into the boxes, which Laura was nowhere near when any of that was said. But listen, I'm not going to go back. Whatever people want to call us, they can. But what I'm trying to say is, listen, I knew I was in the wrong. I affected the whole of the black community by what I called Laura, which everybody knows what I called her. And I've never done anything like that again. I know you tried to say one day that you thought I'd called you a name when definitely 1,000,000% I never. And I don't ever, and nobody's ever heard us even say that, you cheeky little, to the kids, because I do not use that word. And that's why I could swear on the Holy Bible, never ever in a lifetime would I have used that word. What you thought I called you that day.
Okay. Well, for you to say that, like, if you're saying that, I can only, like...
Never in my life have I
can only
ever used
trust
that
you.
word. It was the other word that I called Laura that I've used all my life. I've never... And that's why we use that word, because we weren't allowed to use that word.
And Devon, me and you don't see eye to eye. And I was in the room that day when she meant to have said it and she didn't say that word, Devon. She didn't at all. Because I was in the box.
Blackpool, can I ask
I'm
you
not really
a
here to
question,
do-
honestly? Sorry, my Devon, go on.
What's the question?
Carry on with the question.
What do you think then to EQ using the N-word 4 times?
Did she use it 4 times or did she use it once?
4.
Well, she was saying it, yeah. Listen, I disagree totally with what she said. Yeah, and I'm not happy with her. The same way I won't happy with
So
what
will
she
you
said.
still support her after she's come out and said that word now then?
No, I don't support anybody on here. I support myself, man. It's just
Sorry, it was just a normal, it's just been since that happened, and I thought I knew how much you absolutely idolised her, and I just thought,
I don't idolize her.
you do, yes you do. And I was just at
Bro, I seen your live earlier,
It's
and
just-
it did seem like you was kind of backing her.
No,
Your For
no.
You page.
No,
Me?
I wasn't.
No, not you, Paul.
What I was saying, yeah, is look, yeah, is that day, yeah, she was getting it back and forth from Corey, yeah, and Corey was saying some bad things towards her, right? Now, what she was saying, yeah, is that Corey used the word, right? to
That is
swear.
absolutely no excuse whatsoever.
No, let me finish. I'm not making it an excuse.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
It is.
I'm just coming. I'm not making it an excuse. I'm a black man. I'm not making it an excuse.
Yeah.
Right. And what I said, yeah, is that she's wrong for using the word. Totally wrong. She should have kept it a book at N. That's it. Yeah. Because from N, you understand it from the point of what you was trying to say. When she's used the N and then NIGG, she's gone way above the bar. There's no way can I help her or defend her with the words that's come out of her mouth. She's left on her own now to do what she's got to deal with.
Can I just ask where she's concerned with Corey? How does it make you feel knowing that 2 Caucasian people are saying that behind the screen anyway? You've had that conversation in private.
Listen, yesterday, yeah, I was in the Elusive Angels box, yeah, and I've been asking Corey to go into the boxing match with me, right? And Corey won't do that. And that was over the racism, that was over him bullying women.
But how do you feel that someone that you actively supported is using the N-word behind the scenes? So not only is she coming on here actively saying it, she's saying that to her friends in her everyday terminology.
How do you know that though?
How does that work?
Guys, spoiler alert.
Well, she's already said.
Barnabas
He
is
said that
black.
he said he said.
I
she
was going to
said-
say one
he
at a
said-
time.
I've
So that
listen.
conversation has taken place off this platform. So a private conversations between Corey and Chelsea where they have actively said that word to one another.
The conversation.
Here comes the black morality police. Oh my God.
Conversation, what Corey had here was against Sophie Wilde and Levi. That's where the conversation derived from. She was bringing it back out within saying what he said to Corey and to Levi and Sophie. Do you understand me? It wasn't a private call what them two have had over the phone. It was from where
I don't know anything about this, sorry.
Sophie and Levi.
So you've known about this conversation beforehand and now you're only speaking.
Oh, you knew about it before this.
I pulled that up in the Elusive Andrew's room yesterday. I did say to him, so wait there, Corey, what about you using the N-word 3-4 times? I did say that, but everybody bypassed it. I made out, I was speaking out against Tory within, everybody was going at Tory and I was saying, look, the reason why Tory was like this is because you lot are going after her, it's passion and she's just trying to get a word out. You know what I'm saying? I don't see eye to eye with Tory, but I still stuck up for her.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I didn't like the way how they was going after Tory, so I thought, let me just go in there and just say my piece. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, 1 minute, Blackpool. Are you okay, my Haley? You've been in from the start and I've never even...
I've made my tea and I've eaten it.
I'm just listening.
Would it have made a difference if you butted in and said, hi, I want to speak? No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, would who's saying that?
Probably the final freaking boss. Like, I would wait my turn, but I'd end up like that lady there, just like being overlooked.
Right,
wouldn't
go
I?
on, and what do you want to say?
No, not much really. I want you to give me a summary or an update, what's the word? A debriefing.
Sorry, who are you?
The final freaking humanitarian boss, baby. Oh, yeah. I'm just passing by doing standards and qualities checks. I only know NJ hosts up here.
Sorry. Right, go on then, boys. Do you want to carry on? I don't know who was talking there last. Sorry.
Black Pope was talking last.
Sorry,
Can I
Mike.
just come up and say, I'm with Dan on this. No matter what, whether they be white, black, green, pink, purple, racism is racism,
Yeah.
and it's not okay.
So if they're having that kind of conversation, then what do they think of other ethnicities behind the scenes and what they're not saying? If they're actively saying things like that with Chess on a public platform, what are they hiding behind closed doors?
No, what is Corey saying with Chess? Because it came out.
It's both of them. They both said it, and she continuously said it.
It was a voice call from Corey Wilde to Sophie and
I was going to
Levi.
say, I don't think it was EQ, Dan. I think you're getting that wrong.
No, but
That's where the
EQ was the one that
conversation
actively
come
come
from.
out and said it 4 or 5 times yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, but she was relating back to what Corey.
It doesn't matter if she's narrating it back or anything.
Yeah.
She still said it.
Which we agree. We listen. We agree to disagree. It was bang out of order. Totally agree with you. Yeah. But
So
where
if I was to reiterate what Evil Queen reiterated of Corey's now, and I
Dan, don't you dare. Thank you.
would that
If I
would
was to say that, would that be okay? Because I'm reiterating it. She still said it.
No,
Corey
it's
said
not
it.
okay.
We've all
It's not
said
okay.
it. So
Like I said, if she would have kept it at the word N, yeah, that would have been cool. We understand, but she.
Let's go up 1 minute. Is that you, Tally, or is it Matt?
Alex Brigham's got a live toe sucking.
Get out. Sorry, go on, used to.
So that's it. It should not have been said, regardless of where it was said. It shouldn't have been said. It shouldn't have been reiterated. Because I feel very sure if I'd have gone on a live and got into one of their rooms and I reiterated what Corey Wilde said, they'd have
Yeah,
all
but
jumped on
Corey
me,
was
it's
only
okay.
Corey was only repeating what Zach said.
So it's basically a group of racists then.
There you go. Prejudice. Let's break it down to being prejudice.
Yes, sorry, Devon, go on. I've just seen your comment there.
So my question is this, right? To everyone who is outraged by what she said, can I just ask what anybody's done about it